My broadcast partner is Rob Kennedy. And Rob, we have a team here who everyone expected to be here and one who no one expected.
Yeah, nobody expected Union to be here except for Ted Zawacki and his players. They've been playing extremely well, especially down the stretch. And remember this, they only have 2 losses on the season. They avenged one of those losses earlier in the tournament against Elizabeth.
Seton Hall Prep comes in with a record of 28-1. They have played exceptional all year long. They've won 18 straight. They've won 21 of their last 24 state tournament games, and they roared back from 10 back to beat Bishop Eustis in the Parochial A final. Their coach, Bobby Farrell, now in his 20th year.
Yeah, and Coach Farrell's done a terrific job, was rewarded earlier this year with his 400th career win. His teams always play solid defense and run terrific patterned offense.
Union is 27-2. They've won their last 6. They're the number 3 seed in the tournament. Recently won their first Group 4 state title. They beat Pittman 75-72 on Tuesday night on a 3-point shot from LaForest Knox. And their head coach, he's been around for some 30 years in the high school and college level, Ted Zawacki.
Yeah, Ted Zawacki has coached everywhere, and as a player, he led Wake Forest to the Final Four in the NCAA. Today, as a coach, he leads his team into the Final Four here in the TFC.
Let's talk personnel. First for Seton Hall, Steve Ricciardi, 95 threes on the season, averaging over 13 per ball game. He's a zone buster.
Yeah, terrific outside shooter, and Seton Hall runs great patterned offense, and that means he's able to hide behind screens, free himself up, and when he gets his feet under him, he's deadly from beyond the arc.
And for Union High School, the man in the middle, Darius Skeet. He's 6'6", led Union County in scoring, averaging 24 per ball game.
Yeah, he's had a great senior season, has made himself a legitimate candidate for first team All-State. And tell you this, how about in the Group 4 final, he was the MVP without scoring a bucket. You see right there, he has the ability to pass the ball, and he hit 16 free throws, one of the reasons why they were able to escape with the win over Atlantic City.
So it's Seton Hall Prep against Union. Yes, we've reached the Final Four in the state of New Jersey.
Today's championship playoff games are brought to you by First Union Bank. When it comes to service, everything matters.
A barrier is broken. A wall comes tumbling down, and 2 worlds come together. The earth meets the sky. The Negro League meets the Major League. Fine art meets pop art, and our world is never quite the same again. Now suppose such a change was about to happen in the world of finance. Suppose someone was about to marry the savvy of a Wall Street broker with the common sense of a Main Street banker, giving more people more access to more financial services than ever before. Supposing it was even possible, this first union between a broker and a banker, whatever would you call it? That's what we thought.
This week on Viewfinder, travel back in time with the popular learning songs of Schoolhouse Rock. The famous cartoons come to life at the Society Hill Playhouse in Philadelphia. Then travel through the galaxy with entertainment reporter Joel Gibbs and his movie review of the special edition Star Wars trilogy. And finally, our Viewfinder crew goes behind the scenes at a nostalgic concert event featuring interviews and live performances from Eddie Money and Foreigner. It's all on the next edition of Viewfinder here on the Comcast Network.
Welcome back to the RAC, the Rutgers Athletic Center in Piscataway, New Jersey. The NJSIAA Tournament of Champions semifinal action. The Farmers of Union coming in with a record of 27-2, and the Pirates of Seton Hall Prep 28-1. Getting set for the formal introduction of the lineups right now. Let's go to public address announcer John Reardon.
Good evening and welcome to the Lewis Brown Athletic Center on the campus of Rutgers University for this evening's 1997 NJSIAA Boys Tournament of Champions semifinals against the Pirates of Seton Hall Prep and the Farmers of Union High School. At this time, introducing on an alternating basis the starting lineup for both teams. First, the visiting Union Farmers at guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 22, Reggie Trail. For the Pirates at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 12, Steve Ricciardi. At guard for the Farmers, a 5'11" sophomore, number 31, LaForest Knox. For the Pirates, a 5'11" senior guard, number 22, Ryan Peterson. At center for the Farmers, a 6'6" senior, number 3, Darius Skeet. At center for the Pirates, a 6'5" senior, number 30, Frank Drea. At forward for the Farmers, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Mario Bailey. At forward for the Pirates, a 6'3" junior, number 21, Jeff Miller. At forward for the Farmers, a 5'11" senior, number 5, Leonard Nimoy. And for the Pirates, a 6'6" junior, number 31, Roman Lemaga. The head coach for the Farmers, Ted Zawacki. For the Pirates, Bob Farrell.
There's a look at Ted Zawacki. 3 years in his first tour at Union, now 6 years in his second tour of duty. He's been the head coach at Linden and Moravian College, an assistant at FDU, Delaware, and St. Peter's. And there's Bobby Farrell, who recently won his 400th ball game at Seton Hall Prep. 38-12 in state tournament competition. He took over for the legendary Finn Tracy. Getting set for the playing of our national anthem at Rutgers University. Here's a look at the starting matchups for this semifinal ball game. And certainly, Rob, when you look at the two teams, both teams, I think, would like to push the ball when the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, both teams are high-scoring teams. One good matchup there is going to be Peterson against Knox. As I mentioned in the open, Knox hit the three-pointer to get the win over Pittman in the first round of the TFC. And Peterson, he's the guy that makes things go for Seton Hall. Both are terrific point guards that like to push the ball given the opportunity.
The officials for this ball game, the referee is Lou Ravatini from Mahwah. The other officials are Steve Turner from Bergenfield and Lou DeGeorge from Red Bank. Seton Hall Prep Pirates in the home white with the blue trim, and the Fighting Farmers of Union High School in the maroon with the white trim. So it's Frank Drea going up against Darius Skeet. And we are underway. And the opening tip controlled by Union.
Seton Hall Prep will play mostly man-to-man. We may see him play some 1-3-1 zone today, even though they've only played it a couple times this season.
LaForest Knox has done a real good job at the point guard spot this year for Ted Zawacki's club. This is Mario Bailey.
Trying to post up inside, take advantage of the size of their guards inside.
Knox missing the first shot. The putback is put in by Mario Bailey, who comes off an 18-point, 18-rebound game against Pittman.
And he's the other senior in the starting lineup all season long, giving them good leadership.
Steve Ricciardi hands outside to LaMega.
This is that patterned offense that we talked about in the start.
And the rebound corralled by the Union Farmers, looking to push the ball. Skeet fouled as he went to the basket, and Skeet had 16 for 18 from the free throw line in the victory over Atlantic City, 61-50 in the state semifinal.
Well, Skeet's a terrific athlete, has great quickness in on the low post. Again, attacking the basket, forces people to step in and try and make a decision if you're going to foul him. As Bruce said, a very good foul shooter, really has been hitting them here in the tournament.
Skeet connecting at the free throw line, and it's 4-0 in favor of Union.
See Union in the strong man-to-man defense. One thing you know, if you're going to play Seton Hall man-to-man defense, you're going to be running through screens all day long.
Ricciardi missing, and the rebound pulled down assertively by Skeet. And the pass thrown away by LaForest Knox. And it's Seton Hall Prep ball.
There's a good look at Ted Zawacki. Been around a long time. I tell you what, he's done a great job bringing this team together. Even losing Olson, one of their top three-point shooters in the state finals, to a knee injury, his team still came up and played big in the first round of the TFC.
Pirates working along the perimeter. Ryan Peterson goes back outside to Jeff Miller. Pirates share the wealth. Three guys averaging over 13 per ball game. LaMega missing. Rebound goes out to Peterson. And a good look, but it goes out of bounds.
Every once in a while, Ryan Peterson will try and force things a little bit too much. See Bob Farrell just kicking back, relaxing, early stages of the game.
6 parochial A titles for the Seton Hall Prep Pirates.
Yeah, including 5 out of their last 7. So as you said, one of the top programs in the state over the last few years.
Mario Bailey losing the ball, and Seton Hall Prep known for defense. They forced the turnover. Peterson in transition. Gets it outside to Ricciardi. Ricciardi can shoot the 3. His toe usually right around that line.
Yeah, he's got 95 threes on the season. Only 23 too, so you know he's well aware of that line.
Leonard Nimoy to Skeet, lays it up and in, and Union leads 6-0.
Well, Union off to the quick start, and it's their senior getting it done inside. Again, the quickness to get to the other side of the rim.
Pirates along the perimeter. Jeff Miller outside Peterson. Peterson, a very clever passer, and 9 assists against Bishop Eustis. Ricciardi got it. And Seton Hall Prep is on the board.
And he just seems to be able to hone right into that three-point line. And he was barely a millimeter of an inch behind the line. Good recognition to make sure it's not the long 2. Instead, it's the 3.
So the Pirates cut the lead in half to 6-3. Along the baseline, Nimoy back to Skeet. LaForest Knox. Reggie Trail. And the Pirates packing it in a little bit right now.
Yeah, playing man-to-man defense, but not challenging as much out on the perimeter.
And on the penetration, Skeet throws it away. I'll tell you, Ricciardi, as you mentioned, Bobby Farrell says he gets as close to that line as possible.
I mean, look at that. That's less than an inch from there. That's obviously repetition. And what you want to make sure as a young player that you don't step on the line. Nothing worse than a 2-point shot from 19-8.
Especially when you're down 3 and it's the last shot of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Good look inside by Peterson. And getting the roll is Jeff Miller. He's a 6'3" junior from Springfield, averaging almost 14 per game, and the Prep within 1. And an air ball tossed up by Reggie Trail. Here comes Seton Hall Prep in transition. And a long three by Ricciardi. This time it's handled easily by Skeet.
And even though that's a quick shot, that's something they like to do when they get out in transition. You'll always see Ricciardi trying to spot up from beyond the line.
Steps called on Leroy Bishop. And we've got timeout on the floor. 6-5 Union leading. 3:43 to go. First quarter of play.
It used to happen only once a week. Surprise! Now every night on the Disney Channel, enter the magical world of Disney and enter a magical world where anything can happen.
All right, then.
With movies for everyone at a time when everyone can watch them together, beginning at 7, 6 Central. Surprising no one's thought of it before.
It's to die for.
So open your castle door and let the magical world of Disney in every night on the Disney Channel. You might just be... surprised.
Comcast Sports Talk. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm Mary Amoroso, and this is Comcast Family Talk.
Bruce Beck and Rob Kennedy with you at the Tournament of Champions. 6-5 Union leading Seton Hall Prep. And these clubs have played quite a few times in the 1970s and 80s and 90s. First time they're going head-to-head in a big-time tournament situation.
Yeah, and everybody's trying to look in their program and see some of those matchups back in the 70s. Ted Zawacki's done a great job in his second stint here. Get Union back up, known more as a football power, but now they find themselves as a basketball power this year as well.
They've won 10 North Jersey section football trophies, and there was an interested spectator, Tommy Amaker, the new head coach of Seton Hall University, and he's watching Seton Hall Prep.
Yeah, and getting out right away. One of the first things you got to make sure when you first get into a job is get out, shake some hands. Looked like a politician the other day at the press conference. He's going to do a terrific job for Seton Hall University. Tell you what, he'd be hard-pressed to do as good a job, though, as Bob Farrell's done for Seton Hall Prep.
Bob Farrell was studying to be a priest when all of a sudden he ended up being a basketball coach. Turned around along the baseline, missed by Correa, and a foul call on the rebound. Seton Hall Prep will inbound. Correa outside Ricciardi. And he throws it away. I think both teams a little bit tight, Rob. You know, early part of a big tournament game, and sometimes you worry too much about mistakes instead of just playing your game.
Yeah, and usually after about the first quarter, you start settling in and start to play. But both teams a little tight, some uncharacteristic turnovers.
LaForest Knox, just a sophomore, going to be a good one. Goes inside to Skeet, changes hands in the air. The follow missed by Bailey, kept alive by Bailey, and the rebound pulled out of there by LaMega.
Tell you what, Bailey came from out of nowhere. I mean, he came charging down the lane. Did a good job just keeping the basketball alive.
Bailey set a Tournament of Champions record with 18 boards against Pittman the other night. I don't care what level. 18 rebounds, pretty good job.
No, and look at his size, too. At just 6'2", shows you what kind of heart he has.
Great ball movement. Jeff Miller, the recipient. And Seton Hall Prep leads 7-6. They've scored 7 unanswered.
And even when you're doing a good job defensively, as you keep getting run after screen after screen after screen, something's going to free up. Nice weak side screen to free up the layup.
On the penetration, Bishop, and Leroy Bishop, a 6-foot senior, one of 3 or 4 Union guards you'll see in the ball game. Down low, Lamega. Again, Seton Hall Prep working the perimeter. Peterson, good look on the baseline, and right there was Miller.
Oh, great ball movement. The extra pass by Peterson. He's a true point guard. He's thinking pass first, shot second. Tell you what, that's the type of point guard you always want to play with, somebody who you know is going to give up the ball.
And on the steal, here comes Seton Hall Prep out of the backcourt. Peterson is headed to the University of Buffalo. Great look inside. Drea filled the lane, and Seton Hall Prep leads by 3.
Kind of a sneaky fast break there. Didn't look like they had numbers, but again, Peterson always with his head up, able to find the man ahead of the field.
Secondary break, sometime even more effective.
Yeah, exactly. You don't give up on it. If you don't have a fast break to start off with, still try and push the tempo.
Bailey forced that one, and the rebound corralled by Jeff Miller. Long lead pass from Lamega, lays it in, and a foul is called, and it's on Skeet.
Well, again, great job by Peterson to put the ball ahead. Most guards would take the ball off the outlet, get their head down, and over dribble. Not so with Peterson. Terrific chest pass to put it ahead. Here's some of that patterned offense a little earlier. The nice weak side screen gets Miller wide open for the easy layup. And then here it's just good ball movement, make that extra pass. And again, it's Miller, their leading scorer, stepping up to hit the short jag.
Lamega hits the three-point play. He's a role player, averages only 5.5 per ball game, and he's replaced in the lineup by Michael Everett, the transfer from Orange High School. And Lamega getting a nice round of applause. So if he can score a little bit, do his little thing on the boards, that's fine for Bobby Farrell.
Yeah, and he's a guy who next year they're going to expect more things from. Needs to spend some time this summer in the weight room.
14-8, Seton Hall Prep leads. Great body control by Reggie Trail. Caught it with the left hand, threw it up and in. And Trail, just a sophomore, he had 15 against Atlantic City earlier in the tournament.
And he took big shots down the stretch against Atlantic City. You like to see that, especially from a sophomore.
Miller missing, board to Reggie Trail. Under a minute to go, first quarter of play. Seton Hall Prep leading Union 14-10. Bailey, fall away. And the rebound corralled by Everett. Peterson kicks out. And a foul called on the baseline, Jay, by Jeff Miller. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The foul called on Leroy Bishop.
And Bob Farrell calls Miller the toughest player he's ever coached. He's a terrific athlete, all-county in football, also plays baseball. He's been the leading scorer on this team, even though they spread it around. Got 3 guys averaging 13 or more.
In and out on the first free throw. Miller kind of a throwback player. You don't see guys playing 3 sports anymore.
No, and he does a little bit of everything for this team. He's a guy that can go inside, even though he's not that big at 6'3", muscle people around, kind of take up some space and bang inside. He's been very effective for them.
Bobby Farrell said if you have a lot of Jeff Millers in your program, you're going to be in the Tournament of Champions a lot. 30 seconds to go. First quarter of play. Seton Hall 15, Union 10. Knox. Rebound. He puts it in. A foul is called. And talk about an offensive rebound and a putback. Darius Skeet showing us something there.
Yeah, talk about climbing the ladder. You see right here the quickness by Knox to get into the lane. And then check out this rebound and put back, showing you great athletic ability, also good strength. I mean, he just snares this ball out, able to gather himself and get it right back up.
Skeet missing the chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. 15-12. Pirates lead by 3. 12 seconds to go in the quarter.
No hold for 1.
Peterson to Miller. Back outside Peterson. They'll look for Ricciardi if they can get it to him. Instead, Peterson goes inside and throws it away.
Well, great look as he got the dribble penetration, just a little too hard on the pass.
2.6 seconds left in the quarter. Mario Bailey throws it in. Skeet will get it off. Good if it goes. And it hits the top of the glass and bounces away. So pretty good first quarter of play. Seton Hall Prep trailed at 1 point, 6-0, but they lead at the end of 1, 15-12.
Will you be on it?
Need a jolt to start your day? The Comcast network has just the thing. It's not a breakfast cereal. It's not an exercise device. It's Wake Up New Jersey, the morning show that gets you going. Simply turn on the TV and Jim Gerhardt and the gang will do the rest as they cover everything from weather and traffic reports to the day's hot topics. So turn on the Comcast network and tune in to Wake Up New Jersey every weekday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's like drinking 10 cups of coffee, only better.
Welcome back to the Lewis Brown Athletic Center. This is the NJSIAA First Union Tournament of Champions. Bruce Beck and Rob Kennedy with you. And Rob, the concept of the Tournament of Champions was something people in the state were thinking about for a long time. Finally was implemented in 1989. You got to like the idea.
Oh, it's a great idea, and give Bob Canopy a lot of credit. When he was the executive director of the NJSIAA, they got it together. Tell you what, it's one of the best high school basketball tournaments throughout the country because you come down to one state champion, and I think it's been great for high school basketball in New Jersey.
Yeah, what about the crowd the other night over at the Dunn Center in Elizabeth? I mean, the place was rocking.
Oh, it was packed, and I tell you what, they probably had about 5,000 people there between the two games. Expect to see a good crowd here tonight as well.
Don't tell the fire marshals those numbers from the other day.
That's right. Well, a couple people bringing a lot of people as well. Long Branch had a big crowd. And how about the crowd from Pittman traveling all the way up from South Jersey? They really embraced that team.
Seton Hall leading by 3. Drea missing. And the rebound corralled by LaForest Knox, who's only 5'11". But you got to believe he's going to grow. Just a sophomore. Knox fires. Good defense work by Peterson. And here come the Pirates in transition. Ball knocked out of bounds. Seton Hall now with Brandon Knight in the ball game, number 20. Younger brother of Brevin Knight, playing in the Sweet 16 for Stanford. And the son of Melvin Knight, who was one of the great Seton Hall Pirates of all time. Knight on the transition. His pass intercepted, and here comes Union the other way. Leonard Nimoy. And the ball put up and in by Mario Bailey, and the Farmers pull within 1.
Good job by Bailey there to come up with the basketball. Ball was thrown behind him. Instead of trying to hurry it up and travel, he was able to regain composure and get the bucket.
Peterson buries the three-point field goal. His first 3 of the game. Seton Hall leads 18-14. Peterson hit just 14 threes during the regular season. Now Knox calling a set play for the Farmers. 27-2. They've had winning streaks of 9, 12, and 6 this year, and they turn it over.
That's the second time we've seen Union trying to post up Reggie Trail inside. At 6'1" and in the guard spot, he's got a little bit of a size advantage trying to pound it inside, but they threw it away.
Turnovers about the same thus far. Peterson looks inside. Great look by Peterson. Miller cut without the ball, and Peterson found it.
That was a situation where Union tried to switch on the screen. A little bit of a defensive lapse, and Peterson found it.
Bailey, great feed to Skeet, and Darius is fouled. I don't know if he was just trying to keep the ball in play, but Darius Skeet was going to the hoop, and with those soft hands, he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Take a look right here. Ooh, the nice behind-the-back pass, and again, great athletic ability by Skeet to take the ball over to his left hand and avoid the contact for a sec.
And on the other end, just a terrific look by Peterson, who had 18 assists in 1 game earlier this year against St. Joe's in a tournament up in Trumbull, Connecticut.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if you just turn your head for a second defensively, he makes you pay for the mistake. He's a terrific passer.
Skeet, a 75% free throw shooter, and for a 6'6" center at this level, that is outstanding. And 16 for 18 in 1 game in the tournament against Atlantic City. That bodes well for the Farmers.
And it shows you that he's going to be able to play away from the basket at the next level. He'd be a very good 3-man at the Division I level.
Knight hands to Miller. Graham missing the first shot. The rebound pulled in by Nimoy, and here come the Farmers, trailing by 4, and that's an offensive foul.
And that was just great defense by Knight on the basketball, holding his ground, anticipating the behind-the-back move and stepping in.
Reggie Trail a little frustrated here, but that's great position. That's textbook for Brandon Knight.
And Trail just trying to do a little bit too much.
Union winning the battle on the boards, but not on the scoreboard, trailing by 4. Three-point attempt off the mark by Miller. And the rebound comes down to Skeet. Wide open down court is Nimoy. And he took a hop, a skip, and a jump. And it's traveling on Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, Lou DeGeorge right on top of it. We have the 3-man officiating crew. They only use it in the Tournament of Champions. They don't use it during the entire state tournament.
Rob, that was like the wide receiver trying to run before he catches the ball.
Yeah, and he had a good look up the floor, just couldn't get it.
Drea count the basket and a foul. Drea using the glass. He'll go to the line, chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Drea is a guy who's really improved his game. He was cut as a freshman. See right here, nice position inside. You're going to see he's going to take the contact. Smart play to get it up against the backboard for the finish.
Ricciardi back in for Seton Hall Prep. And we've got a timeout on the court with 5:05 to go. Second quarter of play. Seton Hall leading Union 22-16 in the NJSIAA First Union Tournament of Champions semifinals.
The Philadelphia Phantoms are hot. They're the Flyers' future, but why wait? The Flyers' top farm club has already broken a 59-year-old AHL record for consecutive home wins, filling the core state Spectrum Ice with goals at a dizzying pace. The Phantoms are brand new, exciting, high-scoring, and certainly entertaining. They're also live on the Comcast network.
I'd love to watch a movie tonight. Have you checked what's on Comcast Home Theater?
Hey, that's a great idea. I didn't feel like going out to the video store. Turn on Sneak Preview and see what's on.
Hey, there's a movie on at 8 we haven't seen. I'll call the 800 number to order.
And I'll pop the popcorn. I'm so glad we got this Comcast converter so we can order Comcast Home Theater movies instantly. We get the same movies as the video store without leaving home.
And we can get the movies we want with no returns or late fees.
And we can tape it.
Movie's ready.
Popcorn's almost ready.
Comcast Home Theater.
What a great idea.
What about...
And you'll be mine forever.
Solo por el amor de Dios, señor. I need some clothes and a stretcher.
Why go through all this every night when you could be getting the Cable Guide, a full-size monthly magazine that helps you find what to watch? Its Now Showing Index gives you an entire month of movies, and the channel numbers in the Cable Guide actually match yours, so you can see exactly what's on. If it's on cable, it's in the Cable Guide.
Seton Hall Prep trailed early 6-0, but since then they have pretty much controlled this game, leading 22-16 over Union. A little over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter of play. Bruce Beck and Rob Kennedy with you. And Seton Hall Prep, a fixture here in the Tournament of Champions. This is their 5th tournament, 4-4 overall. They reached the finals just once in '91, losing to St. Anthony's. And unfortunately, when you are a parochial team, you play second fiddle to St. Anthony.
Everybody in the state has played second fiddle to St. Anthony's, but Seton Hall with those 5 appearances in the TFC, that's second most, again trailing St. Anthony's. And remember too, this is Seton Hall team that came out slowly down 6-0, but you knew with their composure, as much basketball as they've played together, it was just going to be a matter of time. So all of a sudden things started to fall into place and they've played well since then.
Frank Drea hits the free throw, converting the three-point play and putting the Pirates up by 7 points. Drea was the MVP of their Christmas tournament. On the penetration, Knox pulls up and buries it. Nice crossover dribble.
Yeah, great quickness. He's able to beat you into the lane, and he's so quick that he drives you off and ends up getting an open look from the foul line.
Brandon Knight outside to Drea. Michael Everett looks inside. Drea gets it back, forces it, and hits!
Well, if you're going to force a shot, just throw it up against the backboard. The glass sometimes absorbs all mistakes. It did on that.
What a great story Drea is. He didn't make the team as a freshman. He was the last guy on the JV, but he worked and worked over the summers, and now it's paid dividends.
And he's going to be playing Division I basketball. Right now being recruited by St. Peter's, UMBC, and Quinnipiac, so he's come a long way since getting cut as a freshman.
Great story and perseverance.
And Coach Farrell said it wasn't a mistake that we cut him as a freshman either. He said he just wasn't that good.
Rebound comes down to Miller. And Miller double teamed, in trouble, gets it off to Knight. Now Brandon to the front court. Everett fires and buries a three.
Good looking stroke from the big guy. He was deep in the corner. That was a good 2 steps beyond the three-point line. The junior with the good stroke.
9th three of the year for Everett. 10-point lead, biggest of the ball game for Seton Hall. Skeet goes glass and puts it in, and they've got to find a way to getting him to touch the ball almost every time down.
Yeah, especially when you're in trouble, trailing by double digits. You got to go with the guy that got you here. And for Union, that's Skeet in on the low post.
Seton Hall back in their patient ball movement offense. Drea, he hits a three, and Seton Hall is on fire from long distance.
That's a long three as well from Drea. Again, it's tough when you got your forwards stepping out beyond the three-point line. Really puts pressure on your defense.
Drea with 10 points. Skeet has 10 as well for the Farmers. Knox. And Knight knocks it away. And out of bounds. What a play by Brandon Knight.
I've seen 2 great defensive plays by Knight. He picked up the charge out by half court. And right there with the strip, again, great hand quickness. Take a look right here as he goes up with the shot. He just simply strips it away from Knox and ran out of real estate as he stepped out of bounds.
Another three-point attempt and another bucket. And Ricciardi, as Seton Hall shares the wealth, and a turnover call against Union. And right now, Seton Hall has Union a bit perplexed.
Crowd going crazy. They won the Parochial A state championship in hockey last night, so Seton Hall fans have had a lot to cheer about the last couple of days.
So a 14-point lead, the biggest lead of the ball game for Seton Hall Prep. Their only loss this year to West Morris. That loss in Long Valley, 56-52. Otherwise, 28-1 with 18 straight W's.
And in the rematch against West Morris, they ended up winning by 37. Want to make sure they really avenge that loss. Make sure there was no question about it.
And Bob Farrell wanted to point out that they won that rematch rather handily. Well, Union needs a bucket. 2:20 to go, first half. Down by 14.
Credit the defense of St. Peter's, especially Drea, doing a good job keeping the ball out of Skeets' hand.
And an offensive foul called away from the ball, or a 3-second violation.
Now it was a foul on Skeet inside, fighting for that position.
So Skeet gets called for the personal, and the Pirates get the ball back.
Frustrated a little bit. He hasn't touched the ball. Skeet in the low post. Again, good defense from Drea.
Union continues to struggle with 10 turnovers in the ball game. And that's a foul. It's a reach-in foul, and it's on Leonard Nimoy of the Farmers. Union is a team, however, that can spurt. Remember, against Atlantic City in the state championship win, they were down 10 early in the fourth and won that ball game rather easily. Nice look by Drea, and a foul called underneath. 2 free throws coming up for Everett. And I think, Rob, if you've got the experience of coming back once, you could think about doing it again.
Well, definitely, but you got to get it started on the defensive end. That's what Union did against Atlantic City to get back in the ball game. But right here, good offensive possession again from Seton Hall. They run great patterned offense. You're always moving. You don't know where they're going to hit you next. You just find yourself running off screen after screen.
Everett hits the first free throw. The transfer from Orange had to sit out 30 days from the start of the season. Usually the first big man for the club off the bench. And if he hits his first shot, look out. He can be scary.
And he did do that here in this game. Remember, it was a deep three. He's a guy that's going to be a big-time player for them next year. He's going to have to step up his game with the graduation of the 3 seniors.
36-20, an 8-0 run put together by Seton Hall Prep. And the ball is out of bounds, and Union will keep it. And as well as Seton Hall is shooting, their defense has really been solid.
That's been the thing all year. They average nearly 75 points a game, but give up just 47. So this is a team that has really dominated throughout the year.
And another defensive play knocked away by Ricciardi, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mario Bailey. So 11th turnover now on the Farmers, and with 1:30 to go in the first half, it is Seton Hall Prep 36 and Union 20. Everett comes outside to handle the ball. Peterson looking for Drea. Knox doing a good job right now.
An important last minute and 20 seconds for Union. They've got to try and cut into this lead, try and take some of that momentum away heading into the locker room.
That time Drea got called for pushing off as Mario Bailey ended up on the floor. And that is 17 fouls now on Union, just 3 on Seton Hall. And some substitutions for the Pirates as LeMega checks back into the lineup. Heading to the bench is Drea. Good first half for Drea with 10 points. Averaging 13.7.
Yeah, and great defense in the low post against Skeet as well. Now LeMega will have to do that.
Skeet draws the foul. It's a reach, and it's on LeMega. And Skeet, who leads the club in free throw shooting, goes to the line. 1,000 career points for Skeet. 6'6" senior, either Niagara or FDU or St. Peter's, his choices.
And as I said, he's going to be a terrific three-man at the next level because he's a good enough athlete. Even though he plays center on this team, he's got the ability to step his game away from the bucket. Also has a good shooter's touch, not really a three-point shooter, but from 15 feet and in, he can be dangerous.
He's smooth, isn't he?
Yeah, very smooth, and plays hard, too. Has a knack for getting himself to the basketball as well.
Skeet misses them both, and a lane violation called against Seton Hall. It's on LeMega. So not only did he commit the foul, but to add insult to injury, he gets called for the lane violation, and now Skeet will either go for the hat trick or end the misses. He makes the third. So 1 for 3 for Skeet, under a minute to go, first half. Pirates lead at 36-21. Ryan Peterson. Nice look to Everett, but Skeet knocks it away. Seton Hall recovers, and a good play there by Skeet. Kind of a quiet thing to see. Never throw it towards your own hoop. And now a turnover by Seton Hall. So Union could use a hoop before halftime.
Yeah, again, to take some of that momentum away from Seton Hall.
Union, the number 3 seed in the tournament. This their first ever Tournament of Champions. And Knox barking out a set play with 25 seconds to go.
Expect them to try and punch it inside to Skeet, but instead it's Knox from deep.
Everett gets the board. And here come the Pirates with 15 seconds to go. Plenty of time. They lead by 15 points.
I don't think that's the shot that they wanted on that possession.
Peterson outside. 3-point field goal hit by Ricciardi. 3 seconds to go in the half. The pass to Skeet. Good if it goes, and that is all. An awesome shooting performance by Seton Hall. They lead 39-21 at the break.
And great job by their senior point guard end to half to get great dribble penetration to kick it out for another 3.
Halftime show coming up. Seton Hall 39, Union 21 in the semifinals of the tournament.
Hi, I'm Mary Amoroso, host of Comcast Family Talk. Tune in every Monday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we talk about everything from pregnancy to potty training to parent-teen relationships to elder care. And you can call us toll-free to share your thoughts and feelings on the air. So join us at 6 p.m. and make Comcast Family Hour your family hour.
Hi, I'm Paul Dillon of Comcast Let's Cook. Each week on Let's Cook, we do new and exciting food. We have a taste for everybody. We make stocks, sauces, soups, entrees. Each week it's a different menu, new and exciting food, current trends, low fat. That's Comcast Let's Cook, only on a Comcast network.
Sure, there are people with just one side, but most people have quite a few. And because you have more sides, you connect with other people who do. Like the people at Comcast, for instance. We've got stuff for your active side, your serious side, your light side, and the dark side. Even great shows you can't see anywhere else. Because no matter what mood you're in, we're out to stay on your good side. Comcast, everything you connect with.
A terrific shooting performance by Seton Hall in the first half. They lead Union 39-21 at the break. And right now, let's check in with Rob Kennedy.
Thanks, Bruce. And with me, a guy who's very happy to see that good shooting night from Seton Hall, Monsignor Mike Kelly, the headmaster at Seton Hall. Thanks for stopping by, Father.
Thank you, Rob. Happy
Well,
to be with you.
Well, besides your duties over at Seton Hall, you're also very involved with the NJSIAA, former president, and still on the executive board. You were involved with the decision to come up with this Tournament of Champions, and for basketball fans throughout New Jersey, I thank you for it. It's been a terrific, terrific tournament.
It's a great tournament each year, and it's a chance for people throughout the state to kind of come together in one facility and see the best of each one of the groups.
And now it's where you don't have to worry about rankings or anything. Everything's settled on the floor, which is terrific.
Right, exactly, yes. The newspaper rankings are good. I always like to be there at the very end of the season. But here you play it right out on the court, as you say. So.
Well, the NJSIA also does a terrific job with a number of different sports. I know you were happy last night, too. Your hockey team did a terrific job playing in the state finals in the hockey.
Yes, we had a nice win last night, defeating Del Barton 4-2 in the parochial state championship for ice hockey. And this, I guess it's Saturday night now, we will play Brick, the public school champion.
Which again is another situation where you're bringing together the best teams that are still left and playing right through to a final.
Exactly, yes. So the newspapers make their predictions, but it's settled on the court of the ice, yes.
All right, well, we appreciate you stopping by, Father. It was a very good first half for Seton Hall Prep. They find themselves up by 18, but Union wants to try and make a run here in the second half. Stay with us.
A barrier is broken. A wall comes tumbling down, and two worlds come together. The earth meets the sky. The Negro League meets the Major League. Fine art meets pop art, and our world is never quite the same again. Now suppose such a change was about to happen in the world of finance. Suppose someone was about to marry the savvy of a Wall Street broker with the common sense of a Main Street banker, giving more people more access to more financial services than ever before. Supposing it was even possible, this first union between a broker and a banker. Whatever would you call it? That's what we thought.
It used to happen only once a week. Surprise! Now every night on the Disney Channel, enter the magical world of Disney and enter a magical world where anything can happen.
All right, then.
With movies for everyone at a time when everyone can watch them together, beginning at 7/6 Central. Surprising no one's thought of it before.
It's to die for.
So open your castle door and let the magical world of Disney in every night on the Disney Channel. You might just be surprised.
Today's championship playoff games are brought to you by First Union Bank. When it comes to service, everything matters.
Seton Hall Prep once trailed 6-0 in this ball game, but since then they've outscored Union 39-15, and they lead it by 18 points at the half. And it's really been three-point shooting which has propelled Seton Hall Prep. 6 threes in the first half, and I don't remember many misses.
No, not many misses, and you would expect that from a senior team. They didn't panic when they got down by 6 early on, ran their offense, got some good looks.
And the way the half ended really typified the unselfishness and the good shooting.
Yeah, and great penetration right there by the senior guard Peterson to get his backcourt made an open three, and when Ricciardi's open from 3, he's dangerous.
So very good balance in the first half for Seton Hall Prep. Drea with 10, Ricciardi with 9, and Miller with 9. You can't ask for much more than that. On the Union side, it was really all Darius Ski. He had 11 points.
Yeah, doing a terrific job in on the low post, but he needs some help. Somebody else has got to step up and help carry some of the scoring load.
So the Union Farmers trying to get back in this ball game, trailing by 18. And Rob, oftentimes coaches such as Ted Zawacki will say, guys, chip away. Get me down to 14. Get me down to 12 after that. Don't try to make it up so quickly. Just work your way back in this ball game. We've come from behind before. We can do it again.
Yeah, no question about that. And they're not a type of team that's going to come press and trap and run all over the place and get helter-skelter where they're going to score 10 in a row. They're a team that's going to have to chip away. You see right there, no team has scored more than 50 points versus the Pirates this season. Guess that's some pretty good defense from Seton Hall Prep.
All right, here we go. Second half of play. Seton Hall up by 18.
Thought about it.
Skeet comes all the way outside, which is an interesting move here to get Skeet more in the ball game as they throw it away. Maybe they'll use him up top and let him try to drive to the hoop.
But you would expect some changes from the Union sideline. Ted Zawacki, a terrific coach, trying to make some adjustments.
This is Lamega. Outside Drea. Drea missing the three. And the long rebound comes down to Bailey. Mario in transition. And it's put up and in. A nice little dish to Trail. And Mario, who's very comfortable on the speedway, showed it there.
On a good start for Union. You know Ted Zawacki's got to like that. His defense creating a little bit of a fast break situation.
Pirates ball. And at side court, Jeff Miller will throw it in. Drea missing. Drea follow. He puts it up and in.
That's a defensive lapse right there that you just cannot have. Off the sideline, out of bounds. Union fell asleep a little bit, allowing the pass ahead. And good job on the offensive glass by Drea.
Drea, the MVP of the state final with 19 points and 9 boards, picking up tonight where he left off. LaForest Knox got it. A 3-point field goal.
Well, he had the huge three for the win over Pittman, and he's the guy who was quiet in the first half. They need his offense to get back into this game.
Drea over to Peterson. Peterson makes all the good decisions for the Pirates. 3-point field goal for Ricciardi. And that's close to 100 now on the season for Ricciardi.
And great drive, draw, and kick. Every time he gets into the lane and draws defenders, he's looking for somebody spotting up.
And the steal by Ricciardi, loses it back with a foul called, and I don't think Trail likes it, but it's called on Reggie.
Looked like he had a pretty good strip right here. Going to see the official a little bit in the way. Trail with the reach around, got a lot of ball, but may have gotten some body right there, but that's a situation, play on. Looked like a nice defensive play.
Seton Hall now 7 for 15 from downtown in the ball game. That is tremendous shooting. And Ricciardi with 12 points on 4 threes. Foul called underneath. Drea will go to the line for 2.
This is a great example of how you can dominate a game as a point guard without scoring much. Peterson's been terrific all night long. Not only has he freed people up for 3-point shots, but every time somebody's gotten open in on the low post, he's put the ball in his hands. Guys like Frank Drea, the recipient of some of those nice passes from Peterson.
You're right, like a good ref, sometimes you don't know he's there.
Yep.
A point guard in this type of team format, you don't even know he's playing, and he's got 10 or 12 assists by the end of the game.
And that's the thing with Peterson. He averages over 10 assists a game, averages under 4 points per game, but he's the guy who makes everything go for Seton Hall Prep. 309
assists for a season. That's a career for some players. Seton Hall now at their largest lead, 19 points. LaForest Knox off balance shot. And the rebound comes down to Miller. Good look up court to Ricciardi. Drea along the baseline with the floater, and the rebound to Skeet. Here comes LaForest Knox.
They've forgotten about Skeet a little bit here in the second half. He's hardly touched the basketball except for the first possession where he had to step beyond 3 to get it.
And Union might be running out of a little bit of gas tonight. I mean, this is a ball club that no one expected to have a heck of a run this year. Last year, they were right around 500. This season, 27-2. Good hustle by Nimoy, and a foul called, and it's against the Pirates. It's on Lamega.
I think the turnaround, you just point to one guy, Darius Skeet, as we take a look at some of the action right here. Good hustle right there by Nimoy to poke the ball away, and then Omega there trying to get involved, picked up the foul.
Everett in the ball game for the Pirates. Good look inside, and tough shot by Bailey, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Union will keep possession. You know, it seems as though there's a lid in the hoop for Union. They just can't find it.
They've tried to bring Skeet away from the basket, free some people up inside. Nice pass from Skeet. Again, he's got good ball skills, but I think you got to put him back in on the low post and try and let him maneuver inside.
Foul called underneath. Trail was held on the play by Ricciardi. Ricciardi now just 8 points away from 1,000 in his career. He would become the 8th Pirate to do so, and he would join a pretty good group.
Yeah, father and son, Brevin Knight and Mel Knight. Well, Zyra Bowman, amongst others.
Long three-point attempt is short by Bailey, and the long rebound corralled by Miller. Here comes Peterson to Everett, open, fires, in and out. And the rebound to Mario Bailey. Knox looking inside to Skeet. And if Skeet can't connect, where can they go for productivity?
And that's the problem. Peterson's done a great job defensively against LaForest Knox, has kind of taken him out. And inside it's been Drea forcing Skeet off his mark.
Great ball movement and gold glass as Drea. The rebound comes down to Skeet. Trail. Bailey. And Nimoy is short. And the rebound, Drea. 4-on-1, now 5-on-1 break. Peterson with a blind pass to Miller.
I think you asked the question just before, is Union running out of gas? They certainly look like it on that play. Seton Hall much quicker in transition, getting a 5-on-1. You rarely see that.
Biggest lead of the ball game for the Pirates, 21 points. And another steal forced by the Pirates. Here's Peterson. He dishes to Drea, who is hacked by Skeet. And he'll go to the line for two. And Drea knows if he fills the lane, he's going to get the ball.
And that forces big guys to run all day. You know, it's one thing if you're busting up the floor and you're running all the time and you don't get it, you start slowing down. But when you got Ryan Peterson running with you, you know you're getting the ball. The nice pass right off the dribble. Bounce pass in stride for Drea.
So Drea heads to the free throw line, 12 points. Been a workman on the board as well. Hitting the first free throw. He's a 65% free throw shooter. In the state tournament, he's had 54 points and 25 boards in the first 4 games. We've got a timeout. Seton Hall with a very strong third quarter, now leading 49-26 over the Union Farmers in the semifinals of the Tournament of Champions.
Often makes us forget the way things were. Once there were 2 railroads in America. Trains in the east went one way. Trains in the west went another. One day, someone laid the track that brought them together. And there was one train on a new railway that went wherever America wanted to go. Now suppose such a thing was about to happen in the world of finance. Suppose somebody was about to bring together the 2 trains called banking and investing. And the result was a new financial railway that would offer you one account, a single account, to manage all your assets and give you the advice you need to help them grow. Imagine that this account is the new train. And the new train is leaving the station. Will you be on it?
The soccer explosion has touched down in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Kicks bring their high-energy style to the Core State Spectrum with victory on their minds. See the skills, feel the spills, experience the thrills of Philadelphia Kicks soccer. It's the best family value in Philadelphia sports. You can be a part of the scene at the Core State Spectrum by calling 1-888-888-KICKS. The Philadelphia Kicks. Be a part of the soccer explosion.
Well, there's a look at that fast break, and you could see that Peterson, as always, the epicenter of the Seton Hall attack.
Yeah, out in transition, when you get the 5-on-1, you know you're doing a good job in transition. Union a little slow here tonight. They've had a great run to get to this point, but they used up a lot of energy getting here.
49-26. Seton Hall by 23 points. Shooting it well from the field, defending, and very unselfish. So Bobby Farrell's club thinking about getting to the championship game, and they're not that far away right now.
Well, they made it back to the finals in 1991. They met St. Anthony's in that final. Ended up losing by 24 to the Friars, but they'd certainly like to get themselves back to the final again.
Nice move by Darius Skeet as he goes glass for 2, and Skeet's got 13 points in the ball game to lead the Union Farmers. Everett, Drea, here's Knight. Peterson, a good look to Everett, and you got to believe that as Everett gets used to playing with Peterson, he's going to be more aware that he better keep his head up at all times.
You come across that weak side screen along the baseline, get your hands up and ready, because he's going to deliver the basketball. It was a little high, so they turned it over.
Rebound pulled down by Miller. Here's Knight, and Knight is hacked. He is hammered by Reggie Trail. And Knight will go to the free throw line. Doing it on both ends, huh, Rob?
Yeah, great defense to come up with the black shot, and then you're going to see Peterson right here. Never puts the ball on the floor, throws it ahead. That's about as close as you can come to the intentional foul without actually picking it up.
No shots on that last foul, and on the inbound play, it's Skeet who knocks down Everett, and he picks up the personal, and Union is already in team foul trouble with just 2:55 to go in the third quarter. That is their 5th team foul. Ryan Peterson, they call him an assist machine, and you can see why tonight. Brandon Knight. Miller bumped off the play. Back in Peterson's hand. Good ball movement. Drea missing. And the rebound to Mario Bailey.
And even though they came up with the miss, great patience offensively. They're always running their sets through. No one's forcing shots.
Bailey. And a long rebound to Everett. Perhaps a quick shot there. Too quick.
Yeah, now all of a sudden Union searching on the offensive end. Can't get any type of flow going. All of a sudden, things are broken down for the Farmers.
Pirates working it well along the perimeter. Knight called for steps. 2:05 to go in the third quarter, and off the bench for the Union Farmers come Rob Dempsey, number 21, and number 5, Leonard Nimoy, and also in the ball game, Leroy Bishop, number 13.
Ted Zawacki trying to get some different people in, just searching for anything, see if somebody off the bench can give him a lift.
Dempsey is a solid 2 guard who started the first half of the season until Trail replaced him. Trail moved up to the 3 spot when Scott Olson, their best defensive player, injured his knee against Atlantic City, and he is out for the rest of the year. Loose ball picked up by Miller, another turnover committed by the Farmers.
And although Union will obviously lose Skeet and Bailey, they've got a lot of young guys that have seen some pretty good minutes so far this season. That'll certainly help them out next year.
Farmers have turned it over 15 times in the ball game. Ryan Peterson from Clark. Man, what a job he's done finishing up his career at Seton Hall Prep. And a nice move in the baseline by Drea. Kind of a funny jump hook, but he put it in.
Yeah, it was almost as if he had caught himself too deep along the baseline. Looked like he was almost behind the backboard. He got it to fall off the front rim.
You know, it's one of those games for Drea. He's got 16. Three-point attempt by Dempsey. And a rebound to Drea. Looking for the double-double. Peterson in transition. His pass intended for Everett goes out of bounds, but it still will be Prep basketball.
Take a look right here again. Terrific ball movement. They just swing the ball around in the little jump hook. And again, it looked like he was too deep almost behind the glass, but got the kind roll.
Ricciardi back in along with Lomega. for the Pirates. Everett open. He fires. That ball partially deflected. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Union ball. Well, Union, the number 3 seed, and as we mentioned, their best year in their history. They went to the finals of the states back in '79, and they lost to Camden, Clarence Turner's team. That was a very good Camden ball club. But this is by far their best ever season. A school known for football, but they got a lot to be proud of. They really do. LaForest knocks. Short. And the long rebound, Mario Bailey, he puts it up and gets the roll.
And they're not ready to pack it in either. Playing right through, cuts the lead to 21, but time's starting to run out.
10 seconds to go in the third. Brandon Knight, one-on-one with Dempsey. Knight penetrates, in trouble, knocked away by Dempsey. He's got to put it up, and they will not get off the shot. No basket, no attempt. Time had expired. So 3 quarters are in the books in the semifinals of the NJSIAA First Union Tournament of Champions. It's all Seton Hall Prep. They lead the Union Farmers 51-30.
Attention. I told you I'm the real champion. I told you I'm the champion of the world.
As you look at him and laugh, there's something wrong with the guy.
Sports fans, remember the time when giants ruled the ring? Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Holmes, and Norton, together for the first and only time in Champions Forever, the collector's edition, Champions Forever, the action and the controversy, the 5 greatest heavyweights of all time.
A short shooting right to the guard. Listen goes down. And I'm going to whoop him of all places in Africa, in the Congo, where the Lumumba boys are.
Plus, the exclusive never-before-seen Dinner with the Champs with host Reggie Jackson.
What did you say to him after that fight?
Told him, I said, brother, I kick your ass. You crazy?
Through this special TV offer, own what experts call the best sports video ever. Champions Forever. Now on home video. Champions Forever. Call now.
It's Hoops Heaven all season long, only on the Comcast Network. And it's time for coverage of New Jersey's premier high school basketball event, the First Union Tournament of Champions. Each year, the NJSIAA brings together the Garden State boys and girls group champions to crown one, the best in the state. The Comcast Network is proud to bring you the boys and girls semifinals and then the finals on March 24th, live from Rutgers. It's heavenly. It's Hoops Heaven, only on the Comcast Network.
Bruce Beck and Rob Kennedy with you at the rack, celebrating its 20th anniversary, and Seton Hall leads at 51-30 at the end of 3 quarters of play. Rob Kennedy, Union scored 15 in the first quarter, but only 15 in the last 2 periods combined.
Yeah, great defense from Seton Hall Prep, and as I said earlier, Bob Farrell thought he might have to play a little bit of a zone tonight. Tell you what, no need for it. His man-to-man defense has been terrific.
He did slough a little bit in that zone, kind of falling back. It looked like their man for a while had turned into a zone, but you said they just decided to give you the outside shot.
Yeah, and with Scott Olson, who went down, one of their best outside shooters, went down in the Group 4 finals. Bob Farrell knew that Union, not a great outside shooting team. Good job of scouting and also implementing the scouting report.
Ricciardi missing the 3. And the rebound comes down to Mario Bailey. That's a rare long-distance 3 from Ricciardi. Usually is right around the line.
Well, it looks like he's going to get another game to try and chip away at that 1,000-point mark.
Beautiful move by Darius Skeet. So the 6'6 senior with 15 points in the ball game for Union to lead the way. 15 of their 32.
Well, that's the thing. He's just carried this team and carried them pretty far in the state tournament. One of the reasons why I think you got to give him a lot of consideration for first team All-State.
Nice follow-up by Jeff Miller. Missed the first, got the rebound, put it back up and in. Bobby Farrell says he's his toughest kid. As we mentioned, playing all 3 sports. He's got that football mentality.
Yeah, he's always around the basketball. Very physical player. Not afraid to mix things up inside. Also has a knack for being at the right place at the right time. See there, he goes after his own miss. Goes up strong for the finish. He's got 13 points now.
Looking inside as Bishop gets it to Skeet. Skeet missing, and the rebound to Everett. So Everett adds some size, some jumping ability, and he can score as well.
Yeah, good athlete. As we said, next year he's a guy that's really going to have to step up his game.
Oh, beautiful look. Peterson found Drea moving without the ball, and Drea goes glass for 2.
Again, when you come off that weak side screen, get your hands up and ready because Peterson's delivering the basketball.
LaForest Knox with a 3-point field goal. So Knox with 7 as Union still down by 20. Here's Everett. Outside with Shardy. And Seton Hall in no rush now. There is no shot clock. They can afford to be patient. Not a team that makes a lot of mistakes anyway, although that shot was forced by Peterson.
It looked like Peterson thought he had some contacts. He just threw it up.
Back-to-back threes for LaForest Knox. And it's shades of Atlantic City, perhaps, as they cut it to 17.
Well, Knox is their best outside shooter. He can knock it down from 3.
Everett off the pick. Good strong rebound, basket counts. Miller will go to the line for a 3-point play. And Seton Hall with so many different weapons.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't concentrate on stopping one player for this team. Everybody has a different role that they play, and for Miller, he's the guy that gets everything done inside. Great hustle here, and then just pure strength to take the contact, get it off the backboard. Terrific play inside.
13 points for Miller. The Seton Hall lead is 57-38. We'll be back. The season debut of Comcast Sports Talk. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm Mary Amoroso, and this is Comcast Family Talk.
Hi, I'm Paul Dillon of Comcast Let's Cook. Each week on Let's Cook, we do new and exciting food. We have a taste for everybody. We make stocks, sauces, soups, entrees. Each week, it's a different menu, new and exciting food, current trends, low fat. That's Comcast Let's Cook, only on a Comcast network.
Log on to CNN Interactive for the latest news direct from the CNN newsroom. It's the fastest way to access all the world and national news. Business from CNN-FN, the new financial network. Sports scores and highlights from Nick and Fred. Fashion and design with Elsa. Entertainment news from Lauren and Jim. The whole world of CNN on the World Wide Web. We're here 24 hours a day at CNN.com.
Well, the Seton Hall Pirates have pretty much led the entire way. They fell behind early in the ballgame 6-0, and after that, they just took control of the game, and they played pretty much a perfect ball game.
Yeah, both ends of the floor. Great job defensively. Also doing a terrific job in transition. They've pushed the ball ahead, gotten some easy layups ahead of the field, and then when they've gotten into their half-court set, they've been very effective. Got to credit that guy right there, Ryan Peterson, along with his backcourt mate, Steve Ricciardi. This is a senior-dominated team, and those seniors have certainly come to play here tonight.
Heading to the free throw line is Jeff Miller. 6'3" junior from Springfield. His high ball game this year, 23 against Notre Dame. And it's now 58-38 with 5:30 left in the ball game. LaForest Knox. Striking to the hoop is Dempsey when he puts it in.
A nice move by Dempsey. Got himself deep into the lane and to switch the ball over to his left hand to avoid the defender. Pretty finish in the lane.
Miller outside, it goes Everett. Good ball movement, and Miller got it back. And I try to teach the 5th graders that on Monday nights, but it never works that way.
It all starts with the ball reversal. You get the ball moving quickly, and then all of a sudden a nice back screen, wide open layup. Again, terrific execution.
And that's called moving without the pumpkin. Shot way off the mark by Bailey. Offensive board, Skeet, nice move. Skeet can score a lot of different ways.
Yeah, especially inside. He's crafty with the ball in on the low post. He's a good athlete and has good quickness. Seems to beat you to the spot so many times.
Everett, nice look again. Peterson finding Dreja. He's almost like a highlight reel. Every time you look at him, he's doing something special.
Man, he's finding somebody coming off a screen. Tell you what, he's got great court vision.
62-42. Timeout on the court. Seton Hall leading by 20 points. Let's take a look at Peterson and him making things happen. This one was just textbook.
Yeah, and great execution in their half-court offense. You swing the basketball, take a guy off the weak side screen, and again, here it comes. That's Dreja coming off a screen from the other end. And when you run off screens and Peterson has the ball, you know he's delivering.
And that last replay, a great look of what it's like to be the recipient of a pass such as that. You know, it just comes out of nowhere, and you just put it in.
And as you said earlier, one time Everett came off that back screen and wasn't ready for it. Tell you what, get your hands up just to protect yourself. You don't want to get hit in the face.
So it's all Seton Hall, 62-42, taking on the winner of Long Branch against St. Anthony for the championship of the Tournament of Champions for 1997. And we really do have a little bit of everything in this tournament. We've got a North connection, a South connection, the parochial connection, the public schools. That's what makes it so interesting and intriguing.
Yeah, definitely. And again, bringing everybody together. You know, back when I played, you had 6 state champions, so everybody was talking about who the best team was. It was never settled on the floor. One of the great things about the TFC now is there's only one champion, and there's no arguing who that is when the season's over.
Seton Hall basketball, Ryan Peterson, the senior, heading for the University of Buffalo to play for Tim Cohane, and Tim's getting a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Building a good program up there. They've won 18 or more games in the last couple years, but he's definitely got a point guard he can count on to distribute the basketball.
Rutgers would rather not see Buffalo. They just always run into trouble with them. They beat St. Bonaventure this year, so Buffalo's an improving program. Peterson looks inside. This time Miller misses. Miller with the follow. And there's the tenacity of Jeff Miller.
Tell you what, that's a guy you want on your team. Every time there's a loose ball or a ball that's up for grabs, I'll take that guy coming up with it most of the time.
Miller with 20. Dreja with 20 for the Pirates. Knox for 3. Way off the mark this time. Good hustle on the part of LaForest Knox. And it will be Union basketball.
Well, Knox, just a sophomore. He and Reggie Trail and Scott Olson, 3 sophomores who played a lot of minutes for Union. Dempsey, the guy with the basketball right now, just a junior as well. So they've got some people coming back next year as well.
Knox with an athletic move, and he gets the bounce. So LaForest, Knox, and Skeet have been the offense for Union. Knox with 9 points, Skeet with 15. But it's still a long uphill battle, down 20 with 2:40 to play. And Everett's look, it's contagious, folks. Loose ball picked off by Leroy Bishop.
A little different right there. Peterson on the receiving end, coming off the back screen, but he couldn't finish.
And a nice move by Skeet. Again, great body control as you see the respective coaches. Bobby Farrell on your left for Seton Hall. Ted Zawacki of the Union High School Farmers, part of that Wake Forest Final Four team of 1962 with Billy Packer and Lynn Chappell. He didn't play as much or wasn't quite as effective as those guys, but still, it's something special to play in the Final Four, and Teddy did it. And he's been around. He was the head coach of Moravian, assistant at Delaware. A guy who's added a new life to this Union program as Ricciardi hits his 5th three-pointer of the ball game and is now just 5 away from that magical 1,000-point barrier.
It was good to see Ted after the Group 4 championship. He was choked up. I mean, you could see the emotion coaching and playing all that, all those years, all those days in the gym to come away with the state championship. It really hit home for him.
66-46, a minute 30 to play, and Seton Hall Prep is headed to the championship of the NJSIAA First Union Tournament of Champions. Dreja open, and he gets the pass from Everett, and he puts it in. So Dreja with 22 points, and that follows the 19-point game against Bishop Eustis. We've got timeout with a minute 12 left and the Hall leading by 22.
And it's a situation where Ted Zawacki takes the timeout, not obviously to worry about what's going on with the game, as Bob Hurley gets, I tell you what, good job right off the bat by Tommy Amaker. You're the head coach at Seton Hall. Get right in right away.
You know, I asked him the other night about the St. Anthony connection. Well, there is a vivid idea of what it's supposed to be, a relationship between a college coach and the high school coaches in the state. I think that's the way you build a program. And, of course, Tommy and Bobby Hurley had a relationship when they were both at Duke. So it's going to be interesting to see the way that evolves.
Yeah, and Tommy Amaker will definitely be a guy that can bring it back.
Tournament of Champions final coming up Monday. 6 p.m. the girls championship, 8 p.m. the boys title, live on Comcast. You don't want to miss it. Pat Scanlon and Rob Kennedy will be on the call of that one, and we hope you'll enjoy it.
We get Scanlon out of those executive offices back to the booth for a game.
That's right. I'll have to don the headset and drop the pencil. Under a minute to play now. On the drive, foul call. The Union Farmers will finish their season 27-3. And it's been a heck of a year, the best year ever at Union High School. Group 4 state champs, first Group 4 state title. Renamed their gymnasium recently, the Lou Rutino Gymnasium, in honor of the late, great Lou Rutino, the football coach. And I know Lou bled maroon and white, and he would be happy to see the success that this basketball team enjoyed this year.
And this is a team that you can root for. Skeet inside, knocks outside, Ted Zawacki from the bench. So it's a terrific season, going to come up a little bit short. And tonight they may not realize what a terrific season they've had, because anytime you lose a game it hurts. But when they get a chance to look back, guaranteed they'll remember this season.
Amal Mitchell throwing it back outside to Ricciardi, who misses the 3. We've got 30 seconds to go. Seton Hall Prep led at the half, 39-21, and they lead now 68-46. And other than the first couple of minutes, it was their ball game as Bob Farrell gets victory number 406. And in the state tournament, they've won 22 of their last 25 ball games. Are they a big-time, big game team?
Yeah, they've made some great runs. They've won the Parochial A championship 5 out of the last 7 years, 5 appearances of the Tournament of Champions. So they're a program that's been around and had some good experiences here in the TFC.
20 seconds to go. And still hustling for the ball. The Farmers still loose on the floor like a rugby scrum. And finally we get a whistle and a held ball.
On that last time out, both teams able to empty the bench, so everybody getting involved.
Congratulations to Bob Farrell, his assistants T.J. Whitaker, Pete Butler, and Marty Berman, the A.D. Joe Walsh, and the headmaster Monsignor Michael Kelly, and Jeff Goldberg, the SID, one of the few SIDs in the country at a high school level. He is the best.
I've never seen it before, but I tell you what, makes our job a lot easier.
Unbelievable statistical freak and a great preparation guy who makes our job a lot easier, absolutely. Final seconds of the ball game. Ricciardi launches one, missing, and on the rebound, Marcus Toniel, the freshman, was hacked, and he'll go to the line with 1.2 seconds to play.
Oh, Ricciardi trying to get as close to that 1,000-point mark as he can. Wanted to try and get that off his shoulders here tonight so he doesn't have to worry about it in the championship game.
I have him unofficially at 994. So he'll get to the 1,000, you would think, in the next ball game. Other Seton Hall 1,000-point scorers: Kevin McDonald, Ira Bowman, Tom Cook, Brevin Knight, Mel Knight, Kevin Kelly, and Tommy Arnold. And that will do it. This one is in the books. And the Pirates of Seton Hall Prep have knocked off the Farmers of Union 68-47 to reach the championship game of the Tournament of Champions. Seton Hall improving to 29-1. And we'll chat with the winning head coach and an outstanding player from the Prep when we come back on Comcast. Hello, I'm Bruce Beck, inviting you to join us for Comcast Sports Talk on the Comcast Network. We've been rolling since early September, and we're on Monday through Thursday nights from 10 to 11 p.m. We'll discuss issues. We'll talk to sports personalities. We'll cover the big events and at the same time, the local happenings. Join us for Comcast Sports Talk at 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday nights on the Comcast Network.
Before the day begins, you need to wake up to something new.
This is Wake Up New Jersey, live on the Comcast Network.
So wake up every weekday at 6 a.m. for the latest news, sports, weather, traffic, plus the ever-present Jim Gerhardt.
And spend your morning with us because it's time to Wake Up New Jersey.
You need to start your day the right way. Tune to Wake Up New Jersey, only on the Comcast Network.
It's hard to find words to describe what it feels like when you truly connect in life. Well, come to think of it, we can think of a couple. At Comcast, we've got everything from stuff that really touches you to things that help you get in touch from anywhere, faster than ever before. In fact, Comcast even connects in ways you might not expect from a cable company. Because if you're going to connect with us, the least we can do is connect with you. Comcast, everything you connect with.
Splendid performance tonight from the Pirates of Seton Hall Prep, who defeat the Union Farmers 68-47 to advance to the championship game of the First Union NJSIAA Tournament of Champions. And head coach Bobby Farrell joins me now. Bobby, you were down 6-0, but after that, everything seemed to go right for the Pirates.
The kids played an awful good game against a very good Union team, and we settled down after the first couple of minutes. We were a little nervous, and Union executed very well. And but I thought once we made the first 2 baskets, we started to settle in, and kids executed a really nice game.
Now, when you talk about unselfishness, you talk about Seton Hall Prep, and it all begins with Peterson. Boy, can he find the open man.
Ryan is just one of the best point guards I've ever had, and kids love to play with him because he finds them in transition, he finds them in the offense, and you know, if you can have a kid that unselfish on your team, it makes everybody else unselfish.
And now you get to do something that you've never done before, try to win that championship game of the Tournament of Champions. What are your thoughts?
Well, we're going to work hard and try to do the best we can and prepare for the winner of the next game. But it's not going to, whether we win or lose, it's not going to really alter what has happened this year. The kids have played so well. We're not going to let it make us feel bad. But it's probably just going to be icing on the cake if we were to be fortunate enough to get by the next game.
Career win number 406 for Bobby Farrell. Congratulations, Coach. Good luck in the championship.
Thank you, Bruce.
Right now, let's go to Rob Kennedy.
Thanks, Bruce. And with me, a guy who's become an old hat talking to you after games, Frank Dre. Again, terrific job. You played some great basketball coming down the stretch here in the state tournament.
Yeah, I've tried hard. You know, the teams strive hard. We practice every day. We go for about 2 hours, 3 hours a day, and we come out here. Coach says, just play your hearts out, and whatever happens, happens.
But I tell you what, too, it's got to be fun playing with a guy like Ryan Peterson, who you know if you're running the floor or if you're coming off screens, you're going to get the basketball. Looks like as a senior, you've learned your lesson. Every time you're coming off screens, hands are up, ready for the basketball. He certainly is a guy that shares it.
Oh, yeah, he definitely is a guy who shares the ball. He finds you anywhere. There's like 2 inches between you and the player, and he just finds you in that split second and just get you.
And now you guys move on to the Tournament of Champions final. Looking ahead, obviously you don't know who you play yet, but how do you think you guys are going to do?
We're going to try our best. We're going to try our best. There's 2 great teams playing right now. All I can say is we'll practice hard for the next 2-3 days that we have off, and we're just going to try our best.
All right, congratulations on another great game, and we'll see you on Monday. Tell you what, Bruce, it was a situation where Seton Hall just dominated on both ends of the floor. They played great offense, did a great job defensively. They look good in this win.
Drea and Miller did the scoring. Peterson did the dishing. And defensively, they were so sound. You know, we talked a lot about their offense, but defensively, they made all the subtle right moves, and they somewhat controlled Darius Skeet, didn't they?
Well, definitely, and I said to Bob when we were getting ready to go on, I guess you didn't need the 1-3-1 defense. He said, we had it if we needed it, but our man was so good, and that's the thing. They played great man-to-man defense, had a good game plan, too. They invited the outside shot and cut things off for Skeet inside.
So the final, once again, 68-47. Seton Hall victorious, and they advance to the championship game of the Tournament of Champions. The Prep improving to 29-1 in the season. The Farmers finish up a very solid campaign at 27-3. So for Rob Kennedy, I'm Bruce Beck saying so long from the Rutgers Athletic Center in Piscataway, where the Seton Hall Prep Pirates have come away a winner 68-47.